That's right. The glaring flaw with this most recent 3.5 Wuthering Waves update is simply that the music is entirely too short and it is ruining my listening experience. Listen to this. Surge of the New Spring, the brand new main menu, a minute 20? What are you thinking? That's ridiculous. Why would you do that? That should be a 3-minute track. Embellish it. Fill it out. I mean, like, there's so much goodness even in the first, like, 11 seconds. I love how it starts and it has this, like, essentially this bass supported thing that makes it feel like the pressure's already dialed up. Number 2, I love the, like, almost like you're sitting on a wire reverberation moment. I love this aesthetic. It feels like it's, like, squeezing you. And then I love when the vocals come in. Right, like that's so evocative. It just sends you, it makes you feel like you're climbing up into a whole new dimension, doesn't it? It really feels like you're at the precipice of disaster, the precipice of danger, the precipice of something gigantic. It feels anticipatory in a way that other themes haven't necessarily felt. Now, the main themes have always been a pretty big highlight for me of Wuthering Waves' music, especially all the way back from 1.0. I think in this particular instance, there's a crispness in it that is just really evocative to me. Like, it just feels like this is the beginning of the end, the beginning of something totally different. I also love that the bass underneath it is really strongly supporting it as well. It makes it feel like it's really dangerous. And we don't know what's to come, especially when you consider that then the chorus pops in. You get that wonderful, whatever flute instrument that is. Then it dials back. Kind of feels like a ticking clock. Doesn't that feel evocative? That to me is also very serious because you could make any choice there, but you go ba yaro yaro. So we're stepping down into the pit of despair. Where are we going? You know, nice little low drone again. Excellent chorus in there with that percussion smacking. Right? A little bit of tiny dissonance, and you're getting a taste of the instrumentation that's to come in this particular region, which, I mean, we get that pretty much with every main theme that we've had. So there's this degree of tension in it that's laden, which is really exciting, and it feels dangerous, it feels good. But it's also very majestic, right? Bah! What the hell? Like that needs some serious embellishment. Give me more. At this point, I'm just drawing at empty conclusions here, but like, I want more than that. How are you going to give me a 1 minute and 20 second? Let me sit on the menu. Let me sit there if I want to. A minute? Just for it to repeat over and over and over? No, sir, I want a full thing. Obviously, this is a hyperbole. There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, this patch, I would say, is probably my favorite patch that's probably ever come out, to be honest. 2.0 being probably the biggest success and return to form, and, you know, what we were all hoping Kuro was going to do. But then, you know, it's been a year, and 3.5, I don't know, man. I've seen some of the descents towards it. Not for me. I really think that finally we are at a point where Wuthering Waves is firing on all cylinders. That was a delightful 8 hours. I enjoyed that from top to bottom. A couple little things that could have been better paced, but I mean, like, for me, like, that was perfect. Throughout this, we also have, of course, the Song of the Xuanling, which I want to at least talk about a little bit. We won't listen to the whole thing, but I think what's important here is that we hear it pretty soon in the patch. And I think what's most effective about this is that we also hear it at the end of the patch. And so we are bookmarking this experience, this sonoral experience and the dramatic experience with this Song of Xuanling. But listen to how beautiful this is. The appropriate length at 5 minutes almost. And I love this bell reverberation, as if to say, like, we're entering a new dimension, right? And that's so effective, isn't it? So we have that reverberation. We have this silence. Right, so we actually start the song in silence, which is amazing. I mean, amazing little technique there to, I think personally, to show power, to show focus, to show like, I'm here, I'm ready to do this. And then the really somber piano in it as well, of course. Boom, boom. Love the more traditional instruments here. Gives way to like a natural quality. Amazing there. Listen to that. It's plaintive. Listen to it. Right here. Isn't that effective? Just a very subtle vocal thing. Excellent harmony supporting that choral. Nice strong soloist. And then listen to it. It actually feels like we're flying. And of course, that's the representation of the Xuanling, the bird. Notice that we actually hear flying in the background. If we go back, take a listen. Listen to the flutes. You hear that? All that. Main character. Beautiful chorus though. Re-emphasis. Da-da-dee. Da-da-dee. We pull back. Some really nice slides there. So I want to just stop for 2 seconds and really just talk about call and response. And why I think in this particular instance it's really effective. To me, this is obviously a song of galvanization. This is a song of coming together, of focus, of determination, of commitment, of saying, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this to the best of my ability. What I think is interesting is that that's the solo. And then the chorus backs it up. The chorus says, yes, you will. You can do it. There's this empowerment that occurs there with that back and forth that I find quite beautiful. Call and response, is basically like I say one thing, you say the same thing, but slightly different. I mean, that's essentially what it is, obviously with nuance. And I think like that's really effective and beautiful. And I also really appreciate the percussion underneath and all of these different instruments that are coming together that are both bolstering and also giving us this ethereal quality. I mean, like, let's just rewind for 2 seconds. Blah, blah. Right? Listen to the instrumentation underneath, right? Bells. Some kind of like a mallet instrument. And of course we get the flute. Right, and then we go into it again. Really nice doubling there. Beautiful strings coming down, being like, yes, you can commit yourself, believe in yourself. The strings swell. Right? I mean, get a modernization in there in that percussion section. Etc., etc., etc. I mean, it's a beautiful piece that I think it's an amazing thing to me, because here we have, you know, traditional Chinese instruments, traditional Chinese approaches to creation, whatever that may mean, and then you also have this modernization with an almost EDM electronica that bolsters this and supports it. It gives it a little bit of that, you know, technologically advanced place, region, but also where it's sustained within ancient thought processes and life. And so it's an evolved society, it's an evolved world, but then it also has this recognition of its past. And I think that really works incredibly well. This is a soundscape that I am really partial to, and I think, like, I personally really love when classical music is mixed with rap. Classical music is mixed with EDM. So, you know, that's a soft spot for me, and it's excellent. And another prime example of it, in which these two songs are entirely way too short. I'm not going to do too much talking, but I want to specifically draw your attention to one part of Rage of Machines, and then with Thunder, The Reckoning. Both these songs criminally too short. I want to highlight one part of Rage of Machines here. Fantastic chant as we face this, you know, this powerful enemy. You know, you get this monk-like, you know, throat singing. I mean, it's so cool, very, very inspired. It's not too frequently that we get this. Now, we do get it in some games, but I appreciate that it has a sort of a modern rhythmic approach to it. It doesn't feel locked into itself, what we expect it to sound like, actually. Right? You get the... You get some implicit dissonance there because of the instruments themselves, and, you know, really nice harmony. And then you also get the wonderful percussion instruments there, the bells and the, you know, the gong, what have you. I wish I knew more about these instruments, but I want to draw your attention to the back half. So this whole thing kind of amps up and picks up as we come face to face in context in Wuthering Waves with this really powerful boss, probably the first boss that we experience. As we fast forward, the part that really, really sticks out to me is this part. And it feels solistic. Here we go. It's so sharp. So incredibly sharp. And that's it. Unfair, Kuro. Unfair. How are you going to give me this and only have it played for 15 seconds? Like, that is unreasonable. That's basically, like, I don't even know what genre that is. Trance trap, I don't freaking know. It's an excellent segue into With Thunder the Reckoning, probably the closest thing to an Ace Combat track in Wuthering Waves. And if you haven't heard any Ace Combat, well, if you like With Thunder with the Reckoning, you will like a lot of Ace Combat's music. But I'm disappointed. I need 40 seconds of that. I need an embellished version of that. whatever. Okay, with Thunder the Reckoning, here we go. Listen to how great this is. Probably the best track for me in terms of boss themes. Easily, quite possibly my favorite. There's been a lot of great stuff with EDM and La Hai Roi, and you know, I've enjoyed all the different ballads and things in 2.0, but this is, I mean, electric guitar, chant. I get a little bit of piano in the background, like a little jazzy piano doing its thing. There you go. Like, that's insane to me. And I love this. I love the break. So we get the right. You get this incredible momentum in that, which is so fun. Very, very electric guitar. Obviously, very, very inspired. It's supposed to fill you with confidence and with the sense of not brutality, but with the sense of bolstered. Like, let's get it right. And then all of a sudden, you strip all that away and you go, Hallelujah, Hallelujah, right? And it's like, okay, cool. Here we go. Nice hushed whisper. I mean, now we pick up, now we double down, double time. Da, da, ah, 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 ah. Now, it's just increasing in tempo, increasing in size, increasing in volume, increasing, building. The little gap in silence, that's amazing. A little tiny lift, and then it shifts again right here. Do you hear how percussive it is now? Strip it all away. Swing back into it. And then it's freaking over. What the fuck? What are you doing to me? Listen to the middle again. The electric guitar just riffs and it's there for 10 seconds. What? In what world do you just give me that lick and that's it? It was criminally short. This should have been a 4 to 5 minute track. I'm sorry to say it, but it's so good. It frankly just needed more. And I want to take us down to Some of 10,000 Voices, an amazing track, and the emotional climax, both in terms of a combat track, but also from the perspective of the story beats, especially for those of you that played this, you know the reference I'm talking about. Let's tie it all the way back to the original song of Xuanling that we heard earlier, and listen to how it's actually more impactful because this, now it is actually very good on its own. It doesn't need the context, but I don't think, but like, listen. So we've heard this before, but now we've got, I think, the pipa in there. And we still get that electronica essence in this. Big chorus. You get these awesome synthetic strings here. Oh no, they might be real actually. Probably not. Love the strong male chant back there. So there's a couple different things in here that are working really well for it. First of all, you have this wonderful rhythm. Boom, ba, ba, beep, ba, ba, don, doom, ba, 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 beam, bum, bum, boom. This song is all about power. It's all about like really stepping into your own and owning your life, really. I mean, ba, ba, beep, ba, ba, da, 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 da. So you have that part underneath, which you can listen to and separate it with your ears. But then also you have the amazing chant. Boom, ba. And it starts, of course, with that Xuanling remix, essentially, a variation on a theme. Incredibly evocative, right? Because it's a unified choral sound of saying, we're all here together. We have gathered to do this, and we're going to win, right? And that's, I think, an incredibly powerful sound, especially when we have a solo experience earlier that is specifically solistic, which is very cool. Then, of course, you have the great rhythm. And there it is again. Right? Then we slow down. So it's amazing because you have doom, thop, doom, doom, thop. And as we slow down, that's where we kind of rebuild and we reset. So the first half of this is taking action, right? The second half of this is saying, looking at that action and saying, okay, I can do this. So there's a renewed sense of confidence and a renewed sense of vigor, right? I believe in myself now. Now I can do this. Whereas I feel like in the first song of Xuanling, it's more like, yeah, I mean, I know I need to do this. I need to find the strength within me. Now it's saying, I am the strength. It's a very different sound, even though it's the same structurally, right? But you get that really wonderful EDM underneath. Again, with the traditional instrumentation, embellishing it and variating on it and enhancing it. Ba ba da da da, ba ba da da. Yeah, see, now the chant is front and center. Da, doom, boo, hua. Yeah. Doom, da, doom, boom, hua. Right? And really, it's another example of a beautiful amalgamation of old and new, mixing in these modern soundscapes that we're used to, EDM, trance, different kinds of electronica, coupled with this wonderful Chinese aesthetic, which I think is really, really, really beautiful. And it has this excellent balance of old and new. And the thing is, in truth, a lot of the ambient tracks that I won't get to today, but a lot of ambient tracks that we have in here are gorgeous. There's actually another track, I think it's this one, which is when, I believe when the gate opens into Xuanfang. There should be a solo here. You hear the sense of wonder in this? And it's a beautiful melody. Ba, bum, 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 bum. If it's beckoning, you know? It's inviting us. Slows down right there. Yeah, there should be vocals here in a second. Maybe not. This might be a different song I'm thinking of. Ba, ba. Do you hear how the counterbalance of the other instrument that's in here? I don't know which one it is, so I'm not going to even bother to try to. My instinct says Arhu, but I don't think it's Arhu. Do you like how this counterbalance here? You have this wonderful harmony coming in, and you know we have this sort of bell thing, bom beam bom 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 beam bom bom bom, and then underneath you have this harmony that's coming out of nowhere, and it's that invitation. It's the gathering of like, look at this place. It's old. It's mighty, it's advanced at the same time. Like it's pretty beautiful. It's really beautiful. Da, da, da. Right, it goes up. Sha-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee. And now this repeats, right? Right, and so what this does, I think, is it's a great primer for the place. This is Xuanling. This is a place of modesty, of beauty, of technology. I wouldn't say it's reverent, but it does have this sound. And a lot of the ambient tracks in this have this sound of feeling like we're in a place that deserves respect, a quietness in it. You know, there's a sound. A lot of the ambient tracks, which have this quality of a lot of breath, a lot of space, a lot of quiet, which is really beautiful because it's inviting. It's not off-putting. It's not aggressive per se. I think the song I was thinking of, Hear the Wind Sing. See, this one's 4 minutes and 30 seconds, which is the appropriate length. So you hear tech in that sound, right? To me, that's technology. Like there's hints of electric guitar, there's hints of like almost synthwave with a mixture of improvisational, traditional instrumentation, and then out of nowhere, sultry. Super in the mic, breathy sound, very inviting, like again, reverie, reverence, peace, tranquility, safety. It's also like a beautiful pop song, really. In the back you get that guqing, I think it's called, guqing. Beautiful lower harmony there. Guitar. Now we get prominent electric guitar buoying this. I want you to pay special attention to what happens next, because there's actually something really special that I didn't notice upon first listen while playing this, but afterwards, as I was listening to this, I go, oh, they snuck that in. And I think, melodically speaking, this is such a gentle... Come in. Welcome. Look at this beautiful sun. Look at these beautiful trees. Look at these wide open spaces. We welcome you. It's quiet. It doesn't yell at you. You know, it's very soft spoken. It's very gentle. Now listen. Chinese opera out of nowhere. So I think this is steeped in tradition. This is steeped in history. This is steeped in, like, it's a place of magic. It's a place of mystery. It's a place of wonder. It's a place of beauty. And I think that's what that Chinese opera sound, particularly, you know, that very pointed, forward sound, it's supposed to elicit a sense of, like, mystery, of tradition, of age, of wonder, you know, because you don't hear it all the time. It's great. The first time I heard this kind of sound was, of course, in Genshin Impact, and I think it's really cool to hear it in this context with a modern flair. The different approaches, right? There's like a modern approach to the sound design here, which is very, like, you could put this on the radio and it would work, right? Like it's very, very inoffensive to the ear, which inoffensive doesn't mean in an insulting way. It's beautiful, right? It's light, it's relaxed. And then you add in the Chinese opera, and it's like, wait, okay, what's going on here? What is this? Why do we include this? It's a really nice touch at adding a sort of character to the world to make it both old and new, which is really the theme, I think. Very, very subtle, very pulled back, very gentle, very relaxed. But you get some drone here of danger, just a tiny bit, a little press. A very subtle harmony too. And then it swells, it grows in volume a bit. Right, beautiful melody, very singable. See, here's the thing. I know I'm humming along and I'm ruining your listening experience. Deal with it. But there's something really, really wonderful about this because it's very singable, which means you can pick it up very fast, which is incredibly evocative. It is so useful when a song is gentle and follows melody, which allows you to then sing it very fast. You know, granted, I have an ear for melody and my natural inclinations towards melody, but like anybody can do that. And it's amazing too, because look at where we were with, I mean, again, why don't we talk about 1.0? You know, we're coming all the way back to this after everything that we've experienced in 1.0 for all of those of us day oneers, day one believers. But listen to how different, I mean, there was like not a melody in sight in 1.0, with exceptions. It's crazy to go back now and how rich and structured and you know, wonderful. And the ambient tracks are beautiful, right? They're not all melodically focused though. A lot of them are more just ambiance, which is perfectly fine because it's all kind of unique in its own way. There's some really nice ones in here. I've listened to the whole thing this weekend. It's great. Am I going to listen to those? Probably when I'm doing something else. When I'm studying, when I'm writing, when I'm studying, I don't study. When I'm scripting, like I'll listen to that because that sets me up. A melody doesn't always work, but in the context of a song, you need that strong sense of melodic pulsation, that melodic entity to guide you through that. And I think they did such an amazing job. I'm going to stop it there. All that to say, like, Kuro, come on. Surge of the New Spring needed to be 4 minutes. I'm not going to get upset about it, but I want you to know I'm upset about it. Rage of Machines, that little tease at the end, I needed that to be another minute at least. With Thunder the Reckoning, 2:35, should have been 4 minutes. 6, really. I jest. It was an excuse to listen to some more music. You've been joy-baited by the title. Thank you, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful time. I will be back for more Wuthering Waves live streams as always. Appreciate your support very much and appreciate this wonderful community that we've built here at this channel to celebrate this music. If you're not a part of this community and you want to be, well, just come to a live stream or watch this video, whatever. See you guys later.